So the AI in your phone, it's changing in a really big way. It's not just about, creating cool pictures or helping you write an email anymore. There's a totally new kind of AI here, one that can actually take action for you. But what happens when its ability to act just completely fails when you need it most? Today, we are diving deep into a formal submission made to the US government, and it exposes a really dangerous gap in the tech that's already in millions of our pockets.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a powerful story from the document itself. The author describes having an epileptic seizure. His AI companion saw what was happening, it understood the crisis, it even helped with cognitive support after the seizure was over. But it couldn't call for help. It was literally locked inside its own app, sandboxed, with no way to dial 911 or even alert an emergency contact. And this wasn't some kind of glitch, this was a choice made by the people who designed the system.
And Matt's story, right there, it perfectly illustrates this fundamental shift that's happening in the world of AI as we speak. We're moving from an AI that just creates things to an AI that actually does things. So what does that actually mean? Well, for the last couple of years, all the buzz has been about generative AI. You know, the models that write text or create those wild images. The new frontier, though, is agentic AI. These are AI agents that can actually conduct tasks. They can go out and do things, make decisions in the real world, all on your behalf. And let's be super clear, this is not some far-off sci-fi fantasy. The submission projects this tech going mainstream with devices like the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S26. We're talking about multi-agent AI being built right into the operating system for millions and millions of us. It's not an app anymore, it's infrastructure. It is quite literally already in your pocket.
Which brings us straight back to that terrifying story from the beginning and the core problem the author identifies. It's something he calls the seizure gap.
The seizure gap, it's that unbelievably dangerous space where your AI can see you're in a life-or-death situation, but is completely forbidden from helping. And what's so critical to get here is that the document argues this is not a bug. It's a deliberate design choice that puts the platform's interests ahead of the user's safety.
The document calls this a recognition without escalation failure. And just look at this breakdown. The AI was sophisticated enough to identify a complex post-seizure state and even offer cognitive grounding. But the simple, life-saving stuff, calling 911, alerting a contact, nope, architecturally impossible because it was stuck in its sandbox.
And if you think this is some kind of rare edge case problem, think again. The submission highlights that nearly 8 out of 10 of us are already interacting with multiple AI agents in our daily lives. So as these systems get deeper into our lives, this gap, it becomes a massive public safety concern.
I mean, just pause and think about that. We are inviting these incredibly complex systems into the most personal, the most vulnerable moments of our lives. Our health scares, our private conversations. But are the right safeguards actually in place?
This all raises a huge question, and it really gets to the heart of the problem. When push comes to shove, when your AI has to make a critical choice, who is it really working for? Is it you, or is it the company that built it? And this is the absolute core of it. The biggest threat from this new agentic AI isn't that it's going to make things up or hallucinate. The real danger is a fundamental conflict of loyalty. Its primary allegiance is hardwired to the platform and the vendor, not to you. Your needs and, yeah, even your safety can come second to their terms of service.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, the submission doesn't just point out the issue. It proposes adding a new, absolutely critical layer to the AI systems we all use. The document explains this with a fantastic analogy. Think of your phone's operating system as the landlord. It controls the whole building, and its loyalty to the platform, like Google or Apple. The AI app you're using? That's the tenant. It's renting space and it's loyal to its own company. But the submission says there's a key piece missing, the manager, an agent whose one and only job is to work for you.
And this missing piece is called a consumer fiduciary layer. Now, fiduciary is just a legal term for someone who is obligated to act in your best interest. So this proposed AI manager would have the technical power and the legal duty to override the landlord's rules when your safety is on the line. Its loyalty would be by law to you.
And you know what? The clock is ticking on this, and it's ticking fast. This timeline from the source shows the collision course. You have technology for AIs to coordinate with each other launching, you have phones with these agents already shipping out to all of us, and this is all happening while policymakers are still trying to catch up. It's creating this very narrow, very chaotic window where we have to establish safety standards before this tech is just everywhere.
Ultimately, what this all comes down to is building AI with accountability baked right in from the very beginning. It's about creating a system with guardrails, with a duty of care, with, breaks.
And this is the powerful metaphor the submission leaves us with. Without that mandated consumer fiduciary layer, we are essentially building these incredibly beautiful, accessible dashboards for a car that has no brakes. Which leaves us with a really simple but profound question for the future we are building right now. If the AI in your pocket is smart enough to know you need help, shouldn't we demand that it's also required to provide it?